Good morning, Plumstead Christian. Today is Tuesday, and it is March 24th. Yes, I got it right this time. So sorry I said it was the 24th yesterday. Today is National Cheesesteak Day, and I think that is a very appropriate one since we live next to Philly. So if you have the means to make a cheesesteak, you should make one today. So nobody answered the trivia question from yesterday, at least at the time of me filming this. If somebody did answer it and sent a photo, some of you guys are submitting answers, but you're adding no photo or video or anything. Literally, take a picture out your window if you have to. But I'd rather have a picture of you or another cute one of your pet or your family doing something fun. But remember, you have to submit that with your answer to the trivia question. So the question was, what faculty or staff was lifted by a tornado? The answer is me. I was lifted by a tornado when I was a kid. I grew up right outside of Wheaton, Illinois, in a town called Winfield, and it's very much a tornado area, and I was lifted by one. I was a little girl, and my mom was holding onto my hand, and we walked around the corner because we heard the sirens. There's tornado drill sirens going off. It wasn't a drill. And literally her hand was up in the air, and she was pulling me down. So yeah, I vaguely remember it, but there you go. Fun fact about Mrs. Copy. So today's trivia question is about another faculty or staff member. I asked our faculty and staff to submit some trivia about them, some things about them you may not know. So I've gotten already in like 10 minutes, I've gotten 3 or 4. So I'm excited. You guys are going to be inundated with information about the people who work at your school. So today's question, I got to put on my glasses to read it, is this teacher's name is listed on a family tree hanging in a historic home in Beaufort, South Carolina. So who would that be applicable to? All right, submit your answers with a photo. I also had some amazing pictures sent to me from Matt Scheel and his family and the things that he's doing to keep himself busy while he is during this quarantine. His mom says that he's been very busy planting some things and helping out around the house and practicing his piano. Well done, Matt. So thank you for sending those in. Okay, your mom sent them in, I know, but still, thank you. So today's devotional is going to be brought to us by Mr. Brennan. So thank you, Mr. Brennan, for submitting a devotional for us.
Good morning. I wanted to share with you this morning a word of encouragement that the Lord gave me from His Word. It was the day after we had to cancel the Christian college tour, and I had to announce that to the junior class. So you juniors have already heard this, but on my drive to work, as I listened to the scriptures, Psalm 91 was one of the Psalms that was read, and it addressed what I saw as 2 different reactions from some of our students about this whole cancellation thing. One reaction dealing with fear of the virus and what's happening, and the other reaction saying that we're all overreacting and that this really is not a big problem and why are we canceling everything. So here's what Psalm 91 says. I'll be reading from the New International Version. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. And that addresses obviously our fears. Now I'm going to skip down to verse 11, and hopefully you'll recognize these verses. For He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. If you remember, those are the verses that Satan quoted to Jesus when he was tempting Him to jump off the pinnacle of the temple. And it's interesting that Jesus' response was, "You shall not put the Lord your God to the test." And so we need to also be careful to not think that everyone is overreacting and be reckless in our behavior as well. So that's what God shared with me. Don't fear, but don't be reckless or presumptuous. Trust in the Lord. God bless and have a great day.
And now I have another treat. I just think this was so wonderful. Thank you to the Walbridge family. They sent over a couple videos singing some beautiful hymns and some worship songs. So I am going to leave you off with this. Please know I'm praying for you, but I don't want to talk after this because it's just so beautiful. God is in control. He works all things for good. God bless.
Hi everyone. So I know we've all been stuck in our houses for a little while now, but it's also been a while since we've gotten to worship together as a body of believers. So I invite you to worship God with us during this time.